Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Venom issue number 34. Next issue is going to be 35/200, and it's going to be this is going to be Donny Cates walking away from the title. So, um, probably not an entirely bad thing. you should you should definitely go and check out my what the hell is this, King in Black volume 5, or issue 5 of 5 review, which came out the same week for anybody who's looking at this in the future. This is called Venom Rise. Donny Cates is the writer, Iban Coelho on art, Jesus Abertov doing the colors, VC's Clayton Cowles on letters. Coelho and Abertov does the covers, some variant covers out there. Enjoy. The pages on this book are absolutely beautiful, man. Like amazing art. Dude, whatever, it is what it is. This freaking guy, Donny Cates, he winds up getting the absolute best artists. And I understand why. He's doing more sales, and more on that on the King in Black. But he's doing some of the best sales that Marvel currently has, which is a shame because they're not a lot of sales. They're not enough to keep them in business by themselves. I promise you that. But, thank God for Disney, right? But I don't know, man. Like the art in this is just superb. It's spectacular. The Clintar, every single Clintar in here, it actually looks real. They look like they could come right off the page, and we could wind up becoming Venom too. You know what I'm saying? Focus on the we. I was actually talking about me the whole time, but anyway, a lot of advertisements. Yeah. The first half of this book is pretty much just a recap of the stuff that's happened before, which, let's be realistic, Donny Cates is the guy who just tropes. He just does tropes. That's all he does. He doesn't do anything else. He'll take other people's works and he doesn't even really make them his own. He just takes other people's works and he puts them in his own. And he doesn't give credit for them, not even in private interviews. And then he turns around and he says, "Oh, check this out. What, isn't this cool? Check it out, kids." And yeah, I'm old enough that I've seen all of this stuff done before at some point or another. Aside from Venom having wings, which, yeah, I guess Donny Cates had a Red Bull. Was that his inspiration? I don't know. And I know I'm really coming down hard on this, but I'm just really fed up. And I just want to finish this because, yeah. All these different tropes that Donny does, whatever. Essentially, he does tropes of himself. So like that's how tropey he's gotten. What's the biggest Donny trope? His biggest trope is that if he's doing an event, then the main book that the event is based off of is really just going to wind up becoming a lousy recap. That's all it is. And that's all that this comic book is a recap. Except for some of the final pages where, surprise, he winds up becoming the new King in Black. Yeah. Cute. Okay. Sure. Listen, I don't know what the hell happened this book, and that's a bit of a spoiler, but there's another spoiler, and I'm going to get into the spoiler. Just, you know what, whatever. Here's the freaking spoiler. All right, bang. Look, Flash Thompson is back. So the next person who's going to be writing Venom is going to be writing Flash Thompson as Venom. Or maybe it'll be Anti-Venom, or maybe it's whatever, who cares? Because you know what? The other person's probably, hopefully, going to do a better job. Maybe it won't even be a Venom book. Maybe it'll just be him appearing in Spider-Man once in a while. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know why Flash Thompson is back. Was there some life-saving force that came back and resurrected him? I don't know. The hand appears and it's like, was that the hand that Eddie Brock lost at some point? No. It's in Flash Thompson's grave. How would he have gotten that hand? It must be his own hand. It must be his own hand. Yeah, he's back and whatever. Honestly, whatever. I just look at this as, listen, what happened to the days of Marvel when it was a toy, it was on the shelf. Look, I got all these toys on the shelf, right? Okay, you want to play with one of these toys? You want to write a comic book about one of these toys or a group of these toys? All right, here's Alpha Flight up here. You want to write about Alpha Flight? That's fine. You see how they are on the shelf, right? You can take them down, you can play with them, whatever, but when you're finished, you goddamn well better put them back on that shelf, and they better be in the exact position that I left off. Because the next person who wants to play with the toys, They don't want to sit here and try and fix your mess. Nobody else wants to clean up your mess. Don't let me come home and see my toys all over the freaking floor. God damn it. Don't let that happen. That's the way it's always been. You can play in the sandbox all you want, but you better clean my toys and you better put them on. That was basically Marvel's old rule. Now, the first time I've seen that being different, and maybe somebody else has seen it prior to that, but the first time I've seen it being different was Jason Aaron leaving Thor and Donny Cates taking over Thor, right? Donny Cates was like, oh, don't worry, I'll fix all this stuff. So he got, I don't know, permission. Now, technically, Dennis Hopeless Hallam, he came along and he was like, well, hey, man, I'm going to give Spider-Woman a baby, a little child and whatnot. Okay, cool. So that obviously passed over. And that's something you need to get special permission from Marvel to do, to change a character that drastically. Okay, Jessica Drew now has a child, right? She's got babysitting duties to add to her, her character. Okay, cool. But it's still putting you back on the shelf for somebody else to do, and it's like, I could just take you over from now. There's just an extra toy on there. In this particular case, Thor was a wreck, missing an eye, missing an arm, missing all this stuff. And Donny Cates, who loves Jason Aaron's work, he just came along and was like, don't worry, man, I'll take it from there. Okay, cool. Doesn't usually happen that way, but okay, cool. And now this just seems to be the case. Freaking Eddie Brock is the King in Black, and it's up to somebody else to make the character readable again. Because I don't know, like, do we really need Eddie Brock as being a cosmic entity that is capable of taking out the Silver Surfer and Thor and all the... Like, when did that happen? I remember the old arguments that we used to do, like, oh yeah, Venom. He's pretty tough, man. He can take out Spider-Man, but Spider-Man's smart. That's why he's able to beat him. But then there's that crossover where Venom went against Superman and he knocked Superman out cold. I'm saying. And then they started, trying to work with that continuity. And they're like, oh, let's make there a monster version of Venom where he gets stronger. Yeah, and we'll do that. And he can go at it with the Hulk and Juggernaut and stuff like that. And it was weird, but at least they were working within the continuity of Marvel and trying to end the crossovers and trying to keep it consistent. At this point, Donny Cates comes along. He's just like, yeah, F it. Throw all that crap out the window. Let's just do this. Look, man. I don't understand what's happening with Marvel at this point. I feel like it is the laziest nonsense imaginable. I feel like being the senior editor or whatever at Marvel is the easiest job in the world. You just sit back in your chair, you watch porn all day, and somebody says, I want to do such and such. And you say, I love it. Right? And that's it. That's it. And you look at the horrible sales compared to the stuff from the 70s and the 80s especially, and the 90s as well. 90s isn't fair, but that's fine. And you just say, hey, man, let's just go with this stuff. This works. Disney owns us, so who cares, right? Nah, man. Nah. I don't know who asked for a cosmic-powered Eddie Brock. I don't know who the hell asked for that. I don't know who's going to look at this and go, oh my God, this is amazing. And while usually I will say, your taste is your taste and my taste is my taste, I'm looking at this and just a little bit to be friendly, all right? Very friendly like, I'm judging you just a little bit. All right? Maybe you're a brand new reader and you're just like, wow, you don't know the history of Eddie Brock and that he's not worthy of any of this. None of this. There's no reason for any of the payoff in here. Nothing in this comic book, nothing in Donny Cates' run of Venom has shown Eddie Brock to be worthy of a freaking tax rebate leased off anything else here. So, yeah, no. I'm just not buying this. I'm not feeling it. I don't like this at all. It is what it is. And next issue is going to be the final one. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to review. I'm going to read it. I'm going to review it just because finish what you started. There's an end in sight. Don't quit now. I want to know what's going to happen, but wow. And you can argue what you want. You're buying the book too. Yes, I am. And it just, you know what? It is what it is. Everybody, to each their own. To each their own. Anyway, guys, I'm pretty much done. This terrible, terrible stuff. That anyway. Look, I look forward to the next person who's going to be writing Venom, because I'm sure it'll be really good. I hope that they have this, that they get the exact same treatment and they get these amazing artists, so that any mistakes that the writers make can at least be covered up by the idea that, well, at least it was really good art, because it's only fair since Donny Cates got that treatment. Anyway, I'm done. I'll talk to you guys later. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.